Hey guys, we're going to be doing same 8.1 mean, median, mode, range, similar stuff, but a little bit different. So we need to, a lot of these we need to kind of go through one problem, then maybe you try the problem. So here we go. So first problem is a table. So what's different about a table is it's given weight and frequency. Frequency means number of times. So what's happening is there were two people who had a weight of 150.4. So when you look at this chart here, the frequency tells you that's how often it's occurring. There were three people that weighed 177.6, one person that weighed 138.2, four that weighed 144.3, and so on. Okay, so if I need to figure out the mean, let's talk about that first. It's probably easier to do. I would just get my calculator out and go 2 parentheses 150.4 parentheses plus 3 parentheses 177.6 parentheses plus 1 or plus 138.2, and just do it that way in your calculator. When you do that, so take a second and do that. You can pause me, and then as soon as you're done, come back and check your score. So pause it. Okay, I'm back. You should have gotten this value, and I think that's sometimes where these things get messed up, is people don't practice seeing how accurate they are at gathering values. The frequency is 14 because I'm just adding up 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 3, okay? When you divide those two things, you end up getting 157.7, okay? Realize the question is asking by how much does the mean exceed the median, or how much bigger is the mean than median, okay? So next part is we have to write out this list. So realize that you have to put these in order. So take a minute, put them in order. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm actually going to pause mine, and then when you hit play, it's going to reappear. So put them in order. Okay, I'm back. So the blue is what mine look like in order, and then we're just going to go through and find the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I go from the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. You end up with those two numbers there. So if you take 150.4, I'll just do it here. 150.4 plus 155.1. We're just getting the average of those. Now I know my median is 152.75. Okay, so pull it all back. It asks what's the difference between the two. So my final answer, I'll go, not done here, go back to black. My final answer is going to be the mean, 157.7 minus 152.75. I didn't make my box big enough. And you should get 4.95 for a final answer. Okay, so you got to read the questions and kind of get a feel for what's going on. Okay, number 2 says a teacher records test scores for an algebra for 16 Algebra 2 students that list all the scores. Is the mean or median a better measure of how the class did overall? So I'm going to pause and I want you to find the mean and the median. So when you turn this back on, you should have both those measures. Then we'll discuss which one's the better one. Okay, take a look at your information, compare it to mine. My mean was 72.4. My median was 84.5. Each one of these is going to have kind of a different twist to it. Hopefully when you looked at this thing, you noticed this. I'm boxing the 0, 4, and 14. Then there's this huge jump to 76, and all the other numbers are 76 or higher, okay? What that ends up doing is that ends up throwing off your scores a little bit, okay? Especially in terms of the mean. So you'll look at that when you compare the two, and I'll go yellow box or yellow circle. When I compare these two numbers, there's a big difference there. Well, why is there a big difference? Because the median really represents the middle number. The mean is getting thrown off by these. And these numbers, and I think we've seen them before, are called outliers. outliers, outliers, okay? So The correct answer or the best representation for this is the mean. Okay? Actually, no. Oops, that almost cost me a quarter. The best representation of this is not the mean because of those outliers. Okay? Since there's outliers, the mean's not a good number. The best representation for this ends up being, I gotta get a different color here, ends up being the median. Okay, and again, the reason is the median ignores the outliers and just looks at the two middle numbers. Hope that made sense. Sorry about that boo-boo. Okay. So, 3's a little interesting. It says, Kaylee was told to record the birth dates of 22 classmates. For example, Amelia was born on June 14th. She would record 14. She wrote a whole bunch of numbers, but you'll notice she wrote low and high for some of them. When Amelia looked at the list, she was confused by what high and low meant. Kaylee said she forgot the exact dates, but she knew the low ones were below 8 and the high ones were above 28. Find the median. Obviously, that's a middle number. You could not find the mean because the mean's an average. You would need all those pieces of information, okay? So it said that those numbers were below 8. So the way we're going to set this up is we're going to go through and write down the numbers. So there were numbers like 4, 5, 7, and then 8 shows up, but there were 2 different low numbers that were below 8. It's not really going to matter where we put them, but below 8, we're going to put them as close to 8 as possible, okay? I've got a bunch of other numbers to write here. So 11, 12, 13, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14. I'm just putting them in order. 15, 17, 21, 22, 23. Hopefully I'm not missing one. I'm just being careful here. 26, 26, 27, and it said that there were, how many numbers? She knew that there were low ones below 8 and the high ones were above 28. So 27, there were 2 high ones. I'm just going to write in high, because we know they're above that number. So now, based off of all that information, can I get a median? Yeah, I can. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we end up with 2 middle numbers. So 14 plus 15 divided by 2 equals 14.5 is my median. I can still get it, even though it has that kind of weird high-low thing going on. So I know there's probably one of those in your homework. Let's kind of get you ready for it. Okay? All right. These ones, I'm going to do one, and then I want you to try one. So it says number 4. If a class of 24 students has a quiz average of 82 and a class of 27 students has a quiz average of 86, what's the overall average or mean for both classes together? So it's not an easy one, but I think once you see how I set it up, you'll be pretty good with it, okay? We don't know the total score, but we do know there's 24 students, and we know in that class of 24 students, the average was 82. So if we set it up like that, total numbers represented by X divided by 24 equals 82. We can just cross multiply this. So now I multiply 82 times 24, I get 1,968. Okay, switch colors. Now let's do the other one almost the same way. We don't know the total score, but we do know there's 27 students. We do know the average was 86 divided by 1, so we can get a total score here. So they give us enough information to get that total score. So now we can take that and truly get the average of what's going on. So we can take that 1968 from the first problem, add it to the 2322, 2,322, and then take those 2 numbers of the classes and add those together, okay? When you do that and average them out, you get 84.1%. Okay, so you might need to look at that again. I did it pretty quick, but I do want you to pause it, try number 5, turn it back on once you have an answer. All right, take a peek at what I did there. Just did the exact same thing. Took X divided by 30, set it equal to the 78 average to get what the total points earned by the class was. Did the same thing for 32 students with an average of 74. Then just took those two numbers, add them together on top, divide them by the total number of students, 30 and 32. Okay? So go to the last part. Same deal. I'll do one, then you try one. If Emmy scored at 85, 91, 86 on her first three tests of the semester, what's the lowest score she must earn on her fourth test in order to have an overall test average of 89? So we're just going to set this up like an average problem. We want it to equal 89. We know there's 4 tests. We know she got an 85, 91, and 86. That's how I find averages. I don't know the last test. So I'm just going to put plus X. That's the key. Okay. Let's talk about simplifying this thing down a little bit. Okay. If I add those 3 numbers on top, I end up getting, I'm going to go X plus 262 divided by 4 equals 89 over 1. And then it's just cross multiplying. So what happens when I cross multiply that? I get X plus 262 equals, and I don't have a calculator in front of me, 356 is what it ends up being. 356. Then you just subtract 262 from both sides, and you get an answer of, let's just see if that makes sense, okay? She scored a 85, 91, 86. 2 of those scores were below the 89 average, so that makes sense. She's going to have to score pretty darn high on this last test to do well. All right, same deal. I'm going to pause, work it out. You do the same, see if you get the same answer. Once you're done with yours, check your answer and hit play. Okay, take a peek at that problem. See if that's what you guys did. Hopefully that's what you did. So just some more mean, medium, mode, more just kind of, I'd say, advanced stuff. Some situations where you need to look at the information and pick which way represents it best. So do your best. Make sure you check it and see if you're on the right page. And let me know in comments if you feel like we need a Zoom session. You can email me or whatever. If I'm not really hearing from you guys, I'm not going to force people into Zoom sessions if you guys got the homework. So just let me know. Either email me or put a comment in one of my Schoology pages of, hey, can we have a Zoom session? I have no problem doing that, but I also don't want to do it if nobody's going to come. So I don't want to be lonely. So hopefully you guys are doing well, and see you in a few days.